Hello, good morning, my dear students. This is Surya Anand, chemistry teacher. Welcome in my channel, Chemistry One Answer. This is the class of chemistry, class 9. We are going to discuss today the chapter number 2 is matter around us pure, separating the components of a mixture. Different methods of separation are used to get individual components from a mixture. Some of these methods are: first is hand picking. Bigger and visible components of a mixture can be separated by hand picking or by using forceps. For example, piece of stone may be separated from rice by hand picking. Second is sieving. In some cases, bigger components of a mixture can be easily separated by the use of sieve. A sieve is a mechanical device in which a mesh is attached to frame. For example, gram can be separated from wheat by this method. Third is sedimentation. If a mixture of a liquid and an insoluble solid is allowed to stand still for some time, the solid particles settle down at the bottom. This process is called sedimentation. For example, dirt particle present in muddy water can be separated by sedimentation. The next topic, the decantation, the process of separating a liquid from the sediment by carefully pouring it into another container is called decantation. For example, from a mixture of two immersible liquids, such a mixture of oil and water, the component can also be separated by decantation. Fourth one is centrifugation or churning. Centrifugation is a process used when the sedimentation of suspended particle in liquid takes place very slowly. For example, churning is used to separate cream from milk. These are the things of separating the component of the mixer. The next is the filtration, magnetic separation, sublimation, evaporation, after that crystallization and distillation. So right now we are going to discuss these things. So filtration. Filtration is a method, well-known method that everybody knows about from the past time to the present. There's a different ways of filtration. Let us now understand the filtration in a different method in a simple way. So my dear friend, if any problem, then you can just comment on my channel and still I will just give you the answer. So this is the recorded video, but it is allowed to give you the questions on the recorded video of YouTube, and I also like to help you as a teacher, as a mentor. And my dearest friend, I am very happy to see the comments of your from your side. Thank you all of you. So the next topic is the fifth number, that is the filtration. That is the filtration. Fifth number is filtration. So filtration is used in laboratories too. Filtration is used in laboratories to separate a liquid from a solid. To separate a liquid from a solid. From a solid. The liquid passes through the fine parts of the liquid passes through the fine parts through the fine pores of the filter paper. Through the fine pores of the filter paper and is collected in a beaker and is collected in a beaker while the solid particles are blocked and while the solid particles are blocked and collected on the filter paper. Paper. The filtrate liquid is filtrate. The filtrate liquid is filtrate and solid particle collected on the filter paper and solid particles are collected on the filter paper are called residue. Called residue. So for example, for example, from a mixture of sand and water, from a mixture of sand and water, sand can be separated by this method. Sand can be separated by this method. Sixth is magnetic separation. Magnetic separation. This method is used only when one of the this method is used when this method is used only when one of the component in a mixture is of the components in mixture is of magnetic nature. Is magnetic in nature. Nature. For example, from a mixture of iron filling. For example, from a mixture of iron filling. Filings and sulfur iron can be separated by this method. Next one is sublimation. This method is when this method is used when one of the component of a mixture when one of the components of a mixture vaporize without melting. Without melting. Without melting. On cooling the vaporized component directly. On cooling the vaporized components directly changes into solid. Is into solid. For example, ammonium chloride can be separated by this method. Example, ammonium chloride can be separated by this method. Ammonium chloride NH4Cl can be separated by this method. Heat number evaporation. Evaporation. This method is used for separating the soil. This method is used for separating a soil solid, separating a solid dissolved in a liquid. So solid dissolve in a liquid. Example, solvent can be recovered. Can be recovered from its solution in carbon. From its solution in carbon disulfide by evaporating the sulfide evaporating the carbon disulfide. Next one is crystallization. Crystallization. The process by which a pure solid in the process by which pure solid in the process by which pure solid in the form of crystal separate from a solution is called separates from a is called crystallization. Example, the salt obtained from seawater. Example, the salt obtained from seawater contains many impurities. any impurities. These impurities can be removed by crystallization. These impurities can be removed. The last one is the distillation. Distillation. The process of distillation can be used to separate the liquid from a solid. Separate the from a solid liquid mixture. Solid liquid mixture. Whether the mixture is homogeneous or heterogeneous. Whether the mixture is homogeneous or heterogeneous. Example: common salt dissolved in water. Common salt NaCl dissolved in water. Water like a mixture of sand and water. And water. So my dear students, let us understand the next topic. First is the separation as a component of a mixture. The first point is the hand taking, second is sieving, third is fermentation, decantation, fourth is centrifugation, churning. Fifth is filtration. Filtration is used in laboratories to separate a liquid from a solid. The liquid passes through the fine pores of the filter paper and is collected in a beaker, while the solid particles are blocked and collected on the filter paper. The filtered liquid is filtrate and the solid particles are collected on the filter paper are called residue. Filtrate and residue. Filtrate. The filtrate liquid is filtered and solid particles are collected on the filter paper are called residue. For example, for a mixture of sand and water, sand can be separated by this method. Next is the magnetic separation. This method is used only when one of the component in a mixture is magnetic in nature. For example, from a mixture of iron fillings and sulfur, iron can be separated by this method. Next is sublimation. This method is used when one of the component of a mixture vaporized without melting. On cooling, the vaporized component directly changes into solid. For example, ammonium chloride and NH4Cl can be separated by this method. Next is the evaporation. This method is used for separating a solid dissolved in a liquid. Example, sulfur can be recovered from its solution by carbon disulfide by evaporating the carbon disulfide. Ninth number is crystallization. The process by which pure solid in the form of crystal separated from a solution is called crystallization. Example, the salt obtained from seawater contains many impurities. These impurities can be removed by crystallization. The last one is distillation. The process of distillation can be used to separate the liquid from a solid liquid mixture, whether the mixture is homogeneous or heterogeneous. For example, common salt NaCl dissolve in water like a mixture of sand and water. So these are the today video. Thank you for watching my video. Don't skip the video. Go throughout the video. Give more views and share and subscribe my channel and send to those students as friend of CBSE 2026 9th class. Thank you all of you. Take care.